Did you know that the brain of a depressed individual is much different than from someone who is not depressed? And that is because there is a lack of serotonin, usually from those who suffer with the mental illness. So I want you to know that it's not your fault that you suffer from depression because there are so many mitigating factors. But what I want you to know is that you are not your mental illness, and that when you learn more about your condition and about what makes things happen in your life, then you have the ability to begin to set an action plan so that you can begin to feel better. So know that when you have a mental illness, it's no different than if you had a heart condition or if you had diabetes. Because if you needed to take medication for diabetes or for a heart condition, you would with no problem whatsoever. Because there is a stigma in society placed on those who suffer with the mental illness, that's why it is one of the most undertreated conditions in the world. So I encourage you to take action, to put a plan of action in place so that you can start to feel better. Remember, I used to suffer from chronic depression. It was hard for me to get out of bed in the morning. And what I would do is I knew that I had to go to work. So I made sure I could do that. And I've been on my job for 27 years. But I wasn't happy when I was suffering from chronic depression. So I know that if I can relieve myself of chronic depression, so can you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to decide to tackle your mental illness head on so that you can start really living the rest of your life? Or will you continue to do nothing and then suffer? I don't want you to suffer, my friends. I don't want you to take as long as it did for me to overcome my condition. I talked to you earlier about the fact that I have taken medication for 15 years and I continue to do so because I know that it has a very profound effect on me that has been positive. So I want you to decide. I want you to make a decision that is in your favor. And know that through no fault of your own, you suffer with a mental illness, but you can live a fulfilling life. So what can you do? What I'd like for you to do is think back to a time when you felt happy and what was that like? And try to recreate that particular time and start to recondition your brain to stop responding to circumstances and situations that make you sad. That's the first thing that you can do. The second thing that you can do is just believe and have hope that your condition can improve. And I am someone who can testify beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can get to a better place. I promise you. Stay in the game of life. Giving up is never, ever, ever, ever an option. And suicide needs to be off the table forever. Suicide is off the table and is not something that you'll do. Commit to that. Take care.